What did you make?
Huh?
Did you get your tea? Were you able to get your tea?
No. It's okay. I have a little bit of water here.
Okay. I literally just made my little ginger cup. This is my Australia cup. So other than Jamaica and Cozumel, every place I go, I get me a Starbucks Been There series cup,
That's a good one.
and I get two of them because you never know when you're gonna have coffee with someone else. So,
I know.
or tea, whatever.
Yeah.
What are we gonna talk about today?
Whatever.
I was thinking about the fact. I was thinking we should talk about how aware we are of ourselves and how we know how to read the room, and how people that is a dying art with the children these days, and sensitivity, the way they're so sensitive about everything. Like, where did that come from?
It came from the last 20 years of how,
Until parenting.
no, it's more political
Mm,
indoctrination, usually. You know what they're doing? Like with the LGBT in school and then the whole autism and the whole labeling. That's where it came
yeah.
from more so the last 20 years. I noticed it when I was in college in 2015. I went to a
Mhm.
very liberal, oh my God, I quit. I quit my PhD program. Okay. I quit because I was getting depressed and
From taking the courses.
from everything, it wasn't like I went to, I went there because I thought it was going to get me a better job because I didn't know. And then it wasn't
Yeah.
like it was very liberal. My program was human sexuality because I thought I wanted to help like LGBT older adults because I had
Hmm.
like, especially I had two uncles that are like gay.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it just wasn't like, it was not aligning, I think, in my soul.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was just so cringy almost. Some people quit like the first year and then some people finish.
Oh, should I change sweaters? Jerica said red makes people feel some kind of way. This is just a sweater I
I'm not a
found.
client, so we're just
Okay.
talking.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
don't think I think you look fine.
Okay, thanks. The only thing I did is put a little bit of lipstick on. That's it. This right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
My makeup is so old. I need to buy new, but I don't even wear makeup.
I don't wear makeup. That's why I don't buy any makeup, because what the hell am I? I'm
Yeah.
wasting money. Like, I
Yeah.
stopped wearing mascara because
I did too. The
it, I
chemicals and everything.
I really think that it makes my eyes like have more problems when I wear mascara.
Yeah, because when I would, because I would just buy some at the drugstore and then I would wear it like maybe 2 months later and I could, because I don't wear fragrance. I try to just,
Hmm.
because of the whole
Natural.
chemical thing too.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I would smell it. I was like, oh my God, this has so many chemicals in it. And I'm just
It
like,
does.
and
I've
you know,
seen
yeah,
one that supposedly doesn't have chemicals, but it has chemicals, but things that are like nutrient to your eyelashes. And I was like, nah, I think I wanted to try it at first because I like mascara. But I was like, you know what? Even if they say they're super organic and all this, they might have some kind of chemicals. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm at a place in life that if you don't like the way I look, then just look the other way.
yeah, because I, because I like 2 years ago, I was into like skin and like gut and stuff. I took a course because I thought I was going to do like online coaching for like skin gut health, which
Hmm.
maybe I will later on. But so yeah, like everything, the labeling, the ingredients, like,
So bad.
and like with babies too, like they don't need a lot of soap. Like people,
Yeah.
like I told my husband, I was like, no, like we can just dip the baby in water, like
Wipe them down.
wipe him down. He doesn't need a lot of soap. And what soap I do is like maybe it's just like Castile soap. I can just buy it in a jug.
Hmm.
You can use it for everything, but it's not,
Oh, good.
doesn't have like, not
Chemicals.
like Dove, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
and I said just use very little if we do use it because babies don't really need soap at all because their skin is so perfect the way that it is. You don't need them to introduce like
All the
chemicals and
extra
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, fragrances especially, people think just because your house smells good, like I'm like, no, girl, like it's gonna fuck up your endocrine system eventually if you're like into like candles. Like I could talk. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't really like candles, but I'll tell you why I don't like candles. There was a candle like this, and it was
Mhm.
sitting on top of. Now remember, this is like
Can I
1998.
record
Okay,
this or no?
it don't matter. This is
Well,
very cringe. This is very cringe. So
I'll just wait.
it's sitting on top of the.
Yeah.
This is 1998. My mom still had the thing that had the record on top with the plastic lid, right?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
record player. So the
Yeah.
record player with the thing so that nothing fell and scratched it, right? And it had dual cassette play tapes. And I was getting ready to go to a football game and stay the night at my friend's house, and she had a little candle sitting on top of it like this. And I said, "Mom, do you want me to blow this out?" She said, "No." I said, "Are you sure?" She's laying on the couch, and I can tell she's tired. I said, "Are you sure?" She was like, "No, I'll blow it out in a minute." I came home, and the house it had gotten so hot it melted through that thing and caught fire. Girl. Oh, so
Wow.
single parents. We can even talk about single parents. We can talk about how everybody's sensitive
Yeah, we can
and
talk about both.
triggered. Yeah. Oh, so we'll do two shows, right?
If you want, we could just yeah, we
Do
could
one
set like
hour of like do two subs. Can't even talk. Do two subjects, like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes here.
yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
We'll just stay on Zoom. We'll just make it
Okay.
easier.
Okay. I really like your hair. It looks good.
Oh, I just washed it looks poofy.
No, it looks good. Mine's all oily. I just
I
came.
have so much hair. I
You
don't even
do.
know.
I love
I
it.
don't even
I
know.
have
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of hair, but it's real fine. I have fine hair, so it's not thick. I wish my hair was thick,
So
but
my strands are thick and like wavy. And
oh,
so
see, no, mine are super
yeah.
thin. They're super thin, and they get everywhere. But my hair's dirty right now. I just put
I can't
some dry
tell.
shampoo. Put
Oh
some dry
yeah, dry
shampoo.
shampoo's your friend.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it is.
Okay, let me record this one and we'll just go from there.
Okay,
Okay, Ron.
okay. Hey, good morning. Did you have a good morning?
Yeah, I think my baby only woke up once.
Okay.
So
Does your husband get up with the baby sometimes?
no, it's just me, but we sleep
Okay.
in separate bedrooms
Oh, okay.
because of the crying. And so he sleeps with our 5-year-old because he
Hmm.
tends to like I think he's having dreams, so he's like moving
Hmm.
around and getting up a lot. So we
Hmm.
have like a little office den thing, and
Hmm.
I told my husband, let's make that the guest bedroom, and so we put my old bed in there,
No.
the full-size bed,
Yeah.
and then I sleep in our bedroom, the master bedroom.
Hmm.
So it's been working out because then at least he gets some sleep and we get sleep because
Hmm.
my hurts. So like
Yeah.
we tried it when Kai was first born, and I just couldn't go back to sleep. I was like, I needed like quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. My
But yeah.
ex-husband snored like loud, like towards the end of our marriage. Oh man, his snoring used to wake me up. It made me so mad. So one night, this is so not nice. I was so sick of him snoring, and he woke me up, and I was like, at first I thought he was like fooling around, like just trying to be annoying, and was actually awake. And I seen him, and he was snoring, and laid there for a minute. I was looking at him, and it made me so mad. I pinched his nose so
Oh my
he
gosh.
couldn't snore. And then he woke up, and I was like, stop snoring. So that's my cringe. That's my cringy thing. I can't stand snoring. It really. And here's the fun part: I snore.
Well, because
like,
like you're awake. You're not awake when you're sleeping, so you don't hear yourself. So then
right?
you hear the other person. No, I
Mm-hmm.
get. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out lighting here
No, you're
because
good. Oh, is my lighting okay? Should I
I just
adjust
don't want
my?
to look yellow.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I have two lights on.
Okay.
I don't know. Let
Jerica said
me.
there's settings that you could go into on Zoom, and you can play with your lighting also.
Oops. Yeah, let me
I don't
try
know
it.
if you. And so while you're doing that, I'll just tell you another fun story. My
Okay.
daughter likes to say my number one toxic trait is and this is really funny. For real, she cracked me up when she told me this. She said, "Your number one toxic trait, mom, is that you let people lie to you when you know the truth, and you just sit there and you just let them lie to your face, and you're so calm and you're so cool, and you never even call them out on it." And I was like, "That's a toxic trait?" She's like, "Yes, you didn't know."
How?
Like,
How is it toxic?
I
No,
don't know.
explain.
I've never figured it out. I just kind of was like, okay, cool. It's my toxic trait. People lie to me, and I'm like totally cool about it. Like, whatever. If that's what you want to do, if I already know the truth and you're lying to me, who cares? I'm not going to be like, you're lying, and this is
Right,
why. That's not what
right.
I try
You
to
can't,
conserve all my
they're not
energy.
going to see that they're lying if you confront them.
No, they're going to lie more.
Yeah, they're gonna, yeah, absolutely.
One of my brothers told me one time, I don't care what it is that happens, you always deny, deny, deny. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, just always deny. I was like, maybe just don't do things that you have to deny. It was like, look, man, being in the military taught me that if I don't want to have to say yes, I just say no.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, okay, I guess. He was a Marine though, and man, the stories he's told me, they were wild. They're like they're just wild boys. Like they're going in fresh out of high school, and it's a bunch of them. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, my brother served. A lot of people in my family have served in the military, and I thought I wanted to. I passed my ASVAB, but when I realized I was going to get yelled at, I was like, no, I don't. Mm-mm, I don't want to be yelled at. I've been yelled at my whole life. I don't want to get yelled at. I was always doing. But I'll say this: my mom might have yelled, but I understand now because once you become a parent, you do your best to not do things that your parents did, right? And I really did my very best. Like, Stacy, stop, let's not do this, please pick up this, or and I noticed the more I was nice, the less she listened. And when I finally get mad and be like, oh, go nice, and she's like, I'm like, why do I have to
Yeah,
raise my voice to get you
you
to
have to
do
have
the
a
thing?
tone because they're like,
There, yeah, tone
even
deaf.
Ricardo, he's like on his Game Boy. I said, Keanu, Keanu. And then I have to like give a tone. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm like, listen when I'm like, I'm calling you like 10 times. You're just like,
Yeah, yeah. My daughter's the same way. I think it's just like you're right. It's a tone because I knew if I heard my name, especially if I heard my first name and my middle name, like, oh man. And then my mom trained me not to say, yes, ma'am, what did I do? Because one time she was like, it's not what you did, it's what you didn't do. And so then I just learned to be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I
yeah.
still have a tendency to say yes, ma'am to people like, yes, ma'am. Like, I don't know.
Let me fix this big light here. Let me just adjust
Okay.
it a little. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. Like someone told me not to say yes, ma'am to them. And I said, oh, yeah, it's a Southern thing. Everybody's ma'am and sir. It doesn't matter how old you are.
I don't even know why
Uh,
people get offended. I don't get that.
I mean, it's respect.
They
It's a
think
respect thing.
it comes with age, like it's an age thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, calm down. I'm like,
Well, look, me and my daughter were talking about this the other day. Just the reason she doesn't like to go anywhere with me is because people always think that she's my sister. And I'm like,
that means it makes her look older.
I guess. I was like, what? But whenever I first had Stacy, one time we were at the grocery store, somewhere at the store somewhere, I don't know where. It was me and my mom, my oldest brother, and my daughter. And my daughter she was real little. And I'm holding her. And I was like, Mom, can you take her for a minute? And so mom took her, mom was holding her. And then my mom passed her back to me. And the lady in front of me said, oh, your daughter is so cute. I looked at the lady, I said, this is my baby. I'm her baby. I was so offended. I don't know why now that I think about it, but like, this is my baby. Why would you ever
But she
even
didn't know.
think? Yeah, I know she didn't know. But like being 20, like I was so upset, like so dumb. So I look back and I think about those kinds of things and I'm like, girl, what was wrong with you? Undeveloped.
I mean, girl, you were 20 years old. Your brain wasn't fully developed yet. Come on now.
Mm-mm. I know.
So
I don't think my brain actually developed until I was 32. Well, I don't know. I don't really know that though. And I say that because you remember that session we were in where I was like, oh, great, I don't have to use my brain. And everybody just went wild.
no, one person went wild, and I'm just like, where did that comment? I mean, anyway, I
I
think this.
was just being funny. I was just trying, actually, I was just trying to lighten the mood because everyone was so serious in there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get like. I mean, we're not going to see the context, but yeah. Anyway,
Whatever. Sometimes I don't want to use my brain, okay? It's tired by the time I get into class.
I started falling asleep. That's why I had to like stop
Go.
because of
Hmm.
like the afternoon
Yeah.
class. I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I can't show my face, and I can't. I'm like falling asleep here because I'm not getting no sleep. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah, sleep deprivation is a real thing. So my daughter knows this, and I used to be embarrassed to say it, but I'm not embarrassed to say it anymore because it happens, right? And maybe it didn't happen to you, but having that sleep deprivation when you have a new baby, I was feeding her one day and I'm holding her like this, and I'm so sleepy, right? And she's like, I don't even know. I don't know how old she was. She was very, very new baby. And I'm holding her, and I was so tired from being up with her because I wasn't used to that. I used to just being pregnant. So I'm holding her and I fell asleep and I dropped my baby. And my brother was awake playing video games. He was like, hey, you stupid, wake up, you dropped your baby. And I was like, what? I didn't even hear her crying. I was so tired. Yes. He was like, you need to take her to the hospital. You probably hurt her brain. And I'm like, I felt so bad. My mom came running out because I was at my parents' house. My mom came running out. And she's like, don't yell at your sister. And he was like, she just dropped her baby. And it was like this big thing. And I was like, Mom was like, she is tired. She is staying up. She's up all hours of the night. Why don't you help her since you want to be up all night? It was like, that ain't my baby. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, so that's not my proudest moment of being a parent, but that's what happens when you're 20 and you're not used to or know anything and have no help.
Yeah, it's hard. My first one was hard. He did not like sleep well, and if he was sleeping and then you walked around him, he could hear you. Like it was bad. It was me
Girl.
like I was like a walking zombie that was
Mm.
lactating. And I was like I hated life,
Yeah.
honestly, because I felt trapped. I felt like this is it. Like what the F, dude? Like
Hmm.
what's going on?
Yeah.
So it was like that for like, well, and then the first year that was rough, and then I stopped lactating or pumping. And then he didn't sleep until after two, like really well.
Hmm.
And
Dang.
I had like looking back, I had postpartum depression. I didn't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I thought I was like,
Right.
I thought I could handle it, you know?
Right. Hmm.
But compared to this pregnancy, like, oh, I think I had something. It was
Yeah.
bad. But anyway.
Yeah, you really need a support system. Like I can say this, even though my daughter's dad and we didn't see eye to eye on anything. I will say this. He didn't work, and he lived at his mom's house. So they had the baby a lot because I was working and I was working like three jobs at one point, which meant I didn't see my baby very much because they had her all the time. And then we started fighting over her all the time because we weren't together. And girl, like the first 5 years of this baby's life, poor thing, like we just fought over her all the time, like legitimately. And for her to turn out to be such a wonderful person, knowing that like one time, and kids just definitely repeat everything they hear, right? So at this point, she's like three, and she goes, my Mima said you're fat. And I said, that's nice. Thank you. Like, what do you say to that? Like, I can't get mad at her because she's telling me what she's hearing. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
things she told me. There's a lot of things she told me. I was like, what
I
is
think your response is valid because it's like, okay, and what do I do with that?
like,
Can't like you're not like reactive.
yeah.
So I think people don't like that, especially with the lying thing. People want you to be
Mhm.
reactive.
Oh yeah.
So it's not your personality, you know?
You know what? Before, like, there's me and my aunt Melissa, the youngest of my mom's sisters that passed. We called it. There's a thing. There's like a timeline. It's called the before Stacy and the after Stacy, because the before Stacy Grace was like wilding out, going to the clubs, doing everything. Like I was the most fun. After Stacy Grace, they used to tell me, "You're so boring. You never want to go do nothing. You're always like, no." Like they'll call me and be like, "Hey, let's go out," and I'm like, "No, I can't because I have Stacy this weekend." They're like, "Well, just get a babysitter." I'm like, "No, it's my turn. I'm not getting a babysitter. Call me next weekend. I'll go out with y'all." "Oh, we're not going out next weekend." "All right, well, I'm not going to go out with y'all." I'm not. They were like I love my aunts. They replaced me. They replaced me with their one of their friends, and I was with the friend, and I was so mad. I was so mad and jealous. And jealousy is like one of the ugliest traits, but I was.
I know. Yeah.
I was. Like I didn't like this person so much, and she never did anything to me but be kind. But I didn't like her because she was the new me in the group because I was too busy being a mom.
Well, you were
And
so
how
young.
dare y'all? I know.
So
I
that's why
know.
you're going through this like going out phase and not going out phase.
Yeah.
'Cause that's all we did in our 20s.
I have been going out since I was like 15. So I was by the time I had a baby, I
Yeah.
had like
Yeah,
also
you're
because
like
my aunts were older than me. Done.
it wasn't something like that you were like missing out on. So you're just like, I'll go out whenever like I can.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I got to play and do like a lot of the toys that my daughter had were toys that I wanted when I was a kid that my parents couldn't afford. So this girl, man, she has so many toys.
Got to relive your
I
childhood a
did.
little.
I did. I did. Yes. I gave Stacey the childhood that I wanted. And this girl, she's told me so many times. And I love when she's like, "Mom, I just have to tell you." And then she tells me whatever. And one of them was she was talking to somebody at, what is it called? The rec center where she works. And they said, "I just love that you have this great big personality." And she said, "Oh, yeah, that's because my mom always paid attention to me. She played with me all the time. She always paid attention to me." I can be like, "Mom, mom, mom, mom." And she's like, "Hold on, Stacy, let me finish this." And she'll finish what she's doing. She's like, "Okay, go." And she would just turn and face me and give me all her attention. And when I go through my phone, you know how your phone likes to remind you of all the pictures you have? For real, this girl had her own channel, like all Stacy all the time with mom.
There's
Spoiled.
only
Yeah, she's the only one.
yeah.
That's why. You're right. That's why. Everybody tells me that too. I had
Yeah.
people ask me when she was in high school, "What happens when she goes to college? What are you going to do then?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?"
Oh, it wasn't it didn't sink in.
No, I did not. I felt like I lost my best friend. Because I told I told her one time she was my little broke friend. She was my broke best friend. She don't never have no money, but she always wanted to hang out and do something fun.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I said you were so young when you had her, so of course she's like your friend.
Oh yeah.
Like grew up together almost, pretty much.
Oh yeah, we did. We
Yeah.
definitely did. She trained me for so many things. She made me a better person. For real, for real.
Kids really do that. Like they make life worth living and a different perspective.
Hmm.
But all about you. It's like this, like it's sort of like existential a little bit too. Like your
Hmm.
mortality is like real because like
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I was like, holy moly, like yeah, just created something and I can't return it.
No return to sender.
Like, damn, man. Okay, okay. All right. This is a lifelong thing. Okay. I've had cats for like 15 years. I've been with them for like since they died, so I think
Mhm.
I could do it.
Yeah. That was one of the reasons why we got a dog because
Yeah.
I had Stacy and she kept asking me, when are you gonna give me a sister? When are you gonna get me a sister? And I'm like, "What you mean when I'm gonna get you a sister? You it, girl. You are the sister." And she's like, "No, I want a sister to play with because all the kids." So she only had the kids at church to play with, and she was so tiny that they carried her around all the time. It's almost like Stacey had no legs because they carried her around everywhere, and they loved her. They were like her little. She was the little baby doll because she was the youngest one of all the kids.
Oh
in
wow,
that
okay.
group age. And so like they just played with her, they fixed her hair. Stacy was like, they just everybody has always just doted on her. And so she literally has no idea what it's like to be like, no, go away.
Yeah.
Go over there. Entertain yourself. There's no such thing.
Golden child.
I'm talking about.
No, the golden child.
Oh, the gold. Oh God,
For
girls.
real.
Yes, she's everybody's favorite.
For real.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think she's my mom's favorite, but that's okay because my mom has five grandchildren from my oldest brother and three from my youngest brother. And so one. So
Oh,
nine. She has
okay.
nine
So she's
total.
got her share. Like,
Yeah. 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 My oldest brother's youngest son is her favorite.
youngest brother's oldest son. Okay.
No, oldest brother's youngest son.
Oldest brother, youngest son. Okay.
Yeah, he's the
How
favorite, but he
many
is
parents does
like,
your brother have?
he has five. It's
Oh, they're all
girl,
boys.
boy, girl.
Oh,
No.
girl, boy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so let's see. The oldest one's a girl. The next one is a boy. And then we have the next one is so it goes like this: Angel, Isaiah, Stacy, Jasmine, Ethan, Emmeline, John, and the newest baby's name is, oh no, my oldest, and then God, look, Callie, my oldest brother's youngest daughter, Callie, and then Molly, my youngest brother's daughter. So John, Molly, and Emmeline are my youngest brother's kids. Angel, Isaiah, Jasmine, and Ethan, and Callie are my oldest brother's kids.
So
And
she
I'm the only
has
one
a lot of
that
kids.
has one.
So
I wanted to.
we're the only
I'm.
one. My kids are the only ones on both sides.
Oh, are they spoiled? Have they gotten spoiled yet by the grandparents?
Oh, Keanu is so spoiled. Like they're so because I don't talk to my dad.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
I don't talk to his side really. Maybe his
Hmm.
youngest. So I keep in touch with his youngest brother and his wife. I'm more so close to his wife.
Hmm.
So they're the only people that I talk to.
Hmm.
And so I have a sister who I don't speak to, and she doesn't have
Okay.
any kids. Thank
Mm.
God. Because it's just me and my sister. And
Yeah.
so my husband has two other brothers. My husband is the middle child,
Oh, okay.
and his older brother, same age as me.
Hmm.
I'm 2 years older than my husband,
It's okay.
and the younger brother is a year younger than my husband.
Hmm.
So, and we're just the ones that have kids. His older brother's married, but has a
Hmm.
step. They didn't have
Okay.
kids, and my other brother-in-law is single, so
Okay.
doesn't have.
Maybe we can play
And
matchmaker and find somebody for him. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't try to play matchmaker for nobody. Like I can't match myself. How am I gonna? How am I don't have the skills.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So when my first one was born, oh my God, my mother-in-law, she's not hands-on, right? She's very
Hmm.
busy, runs a restaurant, Mexican
Okay.
restaurant.
Oh, yum.
So maybe one day we can go there.
Yeah. Girl, you know I'm all about getting a plane ticket to go somewhere.
Okay. And so he and me and my husband were like, we planned both of our kids.
Oh, that's good. Intentional.
Yeah, and because I was like already 34.
Hmm.
So it's in during the pandemic too. And
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah, plenty of time.
do we want to get married first or have a kid, right? So I was like, you know what, we can't get married right now because
Right.
I arranged certain things. And I'm
Hmm.
like, I could wait to get married. Let's just start having a baby because I'm already like at that age.
Hmm.
And so I tried to prepare myself like prenatal vitamins, like nine
Hmm.
months, just
Okay.
because never tried to get pregnant. Like you know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Right.
I had to learn a little, like 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 when to do things after your time of the month, like
Hmm.
timing it. I didn't
Okay.
know. I had to
Okay.
do
You
my little
teach me when I get ready.
yeah. And so I was like, okay. And I yeah, so So like maybe like we tried the second time and then we got pregnant.
Oh
And
wow.
so and then he cried when I so I didn't have like in his
Oh.
insurance yet. I had like
Uh-huh.
my own like I had state insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go to a clinic, like a pregnancy clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I got the home test, I was like, I need to go somewhere to
Mm-hmm.
make it a, you know.
Yeah.
When I came back home, I got the little sonogram or the little picture thingy. And
Yeah.
then he was like a tiny bean with like tiny little
Oh.
antler arms. And
Oh.
and he's like,
Oh, that's so sweet. I
I
love
know.
that.
I was gonna cry, and then you're the one crying. I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah. So it was just unbelievable because the first one's always like, yeah. Anyway, so my mother-in-law wanted a grandchild, and so we were all at that age where,
Hmm.
and then we were the ones to
Oh, y'all
make
win the
one.
prize.
Yeah,
You know, and that
and
makes y'all the favorite couple too of the family, right? Because y'all got the baby.
you know, I, I, s- I, d- I kind of, I don't know if they were the favorite, but
Oh
definitely
no,
we
that
got
makes you the favorite.
from his tias, his mother-in-law's sisters that live
Hmm.
nearby to us.
Hmm.
Yeah, girl, I said, you know what? Like haters are gonna hate, but I mean, we planned this, so it's not, and we're married and together, so it's not like you guys, other people can't have kids. Y'all can have kids too.
Yeah.
I'm talking rhetorically speaking.
Yeah. No, no, because when we found out I was pregnant, like,
Well, you were young.
yeah. Oh man, like I love my aunts. They're literally like, dude, like you always say, there's this one friend you can call to get you out of jail, right? That's Aunt Haley. Aunt Haley was always like, if anything happens, just call me. I'll get you out. You're gonna be in trouble, but we're gonna get you out.
Right.
And Melissa was always the one who would be in jail with me. So like if
Oh,
we were gonna go to
Melissa's your
jail,
ride or die.
yeah,
She's
it
your
Melissa's
ride
a
or
ride or
die.
die. And so
Yeah.
one night we were, and they because I was just full of vinegar when I was young, like just ready to pop off at anything, right? And they would like we'd go out and something was going on, like, oh, there's a problem, and they're like, and he's like, calm down, calm down, calm down. And then there would be times that I didn't think anything was wrong. She's like, get ready, get ready. I'm like, get ready. She's like, I'll get you out. Don't worry. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. Like, I was like their little attack dog.
So
Like,
funny.
handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So when we found out I was pregnant, everybody was God dog. Everybody's pissed off. They're so mad. I heard things like, "You ruined your life. I can't believe you did this." And I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't my goal. And then like I said, my Aunt Haley, she was just man, she was my other ride or die. And she said, listen, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you don't want to go down this path, there's options. You just need to figure out what's going to work best for you. And I was like, I'm so naive. I was so naive to a lot of
Mhm. Of
things. I was like, I don't know what that
course.
means.
Fine.
So she had to explain exactly what that meant. And
Oh,
I was
actually.
like, oh, yes, right. She was just saying, like, look, if you don't want to, there's an option and we can do the option. Like, we'll, you just need to figure out what you want to do. And so I was like, but it's going to take a lot of like, you're going to have to go search yourself, search your heart. That's a soul search. You need to figure out what you're going to do. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, so I did the work, right? Because she was like, no, I would, if you, this is the avenue you decide, we're going to talk. If you decide the other, we're still going to have a talk. Like, I can say that that was one of the things that was super sustainable for me in life, that we always face things head on. Like nothing was swept under the carpet. And they were, whether it was my mom or my grandparents or my Aunt Melissa, it was always someone to be able to talk the truth to without judgment. And I really try to create that space for my daughter, but she's like, you held a standard so high. It was so hard to talk to you about stuff. And she's right. I did. Like, I was here and I held her to like way up here where you can't even
Well,
see. That's how damn high it
because you
was.
experienced it so young, you didn't want the same for her.
I was strict. I was super
So
strict.
you learned from your own experience, and so you didn't
Hmm.
want that to happen for your daughter,
Right. She
especially being,
appreciates it now.
yeah, especially being, where you're single mom, like you
Hmm.
instilled
Hmm.
that in them. And so sometimes kids don't understand why we're so strict with them. They hate us, and it's fine that they hate us,
Right.
but they will
I want to,
understand. I would say that. I would give credit to that.
yeah, for sure. I want to read you this because it was a memory that, we were talking about how memories pop up in your phone. And
Mhm.
so I shared this with somebody the other day because they have a small kid. And,
Mhm.
like when you're raising your kids, you don't really think about the impression that you're leaving on them because you're just so trying to.
You're just caught up in the taking care of. Hmm.
Right. So it was her senior year and she graduated in 2022 and she was the outstanding student of the week. And so they, in the newspaper, I still have the newspaper. And this is what it says. Stacy Lynn Eastloss is a senior at Robbie Lee High School, and she's the daughter of Grace Bailey. She ranks 46th out of 428, and her favorite subjects are biology, aquatic science, and fine art dance. Post graduation, Stacy will attend Texas State University to major in fine arts dance pre and minor in business management with a business finance on the side. She plans then to dance professionally and someday have her own dance studio. They see the AB honor roll. She's the captain of the celebrities from 2021, 20 to 21. And she is currently the major of the celebrities, which is their dance team at that school from 2021 to 22. She is also has perfect attendance and has entered into and has earned, not entered, earned the Texas State Merit Scholarship. Among her extracurricular activities, Stacy participates in ADVID and National Honor Society, is on the student council, and attended the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy. Stacy's favorite quote is pursue an occupation that you're passionate about because when you wake up, you'll be ready every day to achieve something that helps you grow as a person and in that field. That quote came from me, and I had no idea.
Wow.
And I was like, because I knew that they do this with all the students that like it's something that I guess at that school they really want the students to have to work towards something and to achieve the outstanding student of the week. I mean, you only have so many weeks in your senior year, and when
Hmm.
it's your turn, I mean, there's 428 students, and I know there wasn't 428 weeks to get this done, so everybody doesn't get that opportunity. And I would read them every week and think, most especially her week. I was in the. I've got like so many copies. I bought the whole stack at the store because I wanted to share it with my family.
Yeah.
And when I read the quote, I was thinking it was going to be like someone really important, smart, like had some type of degrees or, like someone she admired. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cried.
Of
I'm just gonna be
course.
real. I cried. I cried to think that. And I said, I told you that. She was like, yeah, you've been telling me that since I was a kid. I said, I did. She's like, yeah, mom. You, she was like, maybe not those exact words, but that's basically what you said. I was like, really? She said, yeah, that's, yeah, you always told me just find something that you really loved because I've been asking her, and I don't know how many parents do this, but I think this is really important to do with kids to start asking them when they're really young, what do they want to do? What do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? I remember they used to ask us that in like elementary school and junior high, but it wasn't like an all the time thing. I used to pick her brain all the time when I'd say, what do you want to do? And she'd tell me, well, what do you like about that? Why? Well, how are we going to get that? What do we have to do? What are the steps to get there? Like I would make her think about everything. She said the best thing I ever did was when she would do something because I didn't like spanking. I would say, okay, I want you to go sit in your room. And I would put a timer on for however old she was. And I'd make her think about what she did. And I want her to be able to come out and would talk about why she did what she did. And then I would ask her, she said, you hated this. I'd say, now, if it was your daughter that did this, what would be the consequences? How would you handle the consequence? So I'd make her think of her own punishment. Like, what do you think you should have to do?
That's a
She
good
said that
thing.
was the worst, everything. That was the worst punishment I could give her.
Yeah, but it made her think, even though it made her feel very uncomfortable all the time, but it made her resilient as well
Hmm.
because parents don't ask their kids that, like the majority of them
They
don't.
don't. They're not like really. This is what I learned. It's not the stuff that I bought her and gave her, although I did buy her and gave her a lot of stuff. But those games that I wanted to play when I was a kid, I didn't just buy them and give them to her. I was over there playing with her. And
Right.
really, more than anything, she just wanted to be right there with her. There was a point in time when I'd be like, I have to just go play real quick. I'm gonna go clean the bathroom. She's like, I want to come. I'm like,
She just
you
wants to
want to
be
clean
with
the
you.
bathroom?
She didn't
Yes,
have any
yes.
siblings. So
Hmm.
anything you did, wherever you were, she wanted to be right there with you.
She did. I loved it. I think that's why
Yeah.
I miss her so much. I've been missing her a lot lately. She called me this morning.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad she
It
did.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told her some really important information. And then I said, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to Italy. And she said, okay, mom. I was like, okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, I think she needed me to tell her that stuff. Not because she needed me to tell her that stuff, but she just needed to know that, I'm making the right decision these days. Like I'm working more to, I don't, I don't think I made a bunch of bad decisions in life. I don't think I made a bunch of great ones either. But, you
That's
know,
love.
I, yeah, that's like one of the things. Like you, you do something. Sometimes it didn't go accordingly or how you expected it to go, but just,
You go
mm,
with it, you get feedback, and you make another
yeah,
move and going.
yeah, we just pivot, literally.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just move, girl. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where. Just move. You'll figure it
just
out.
go. Yeah, yeah. And I really feel like we like know the answers to everything that we actually want and how to get there.
You
If we just
do.
just
Listen to
don't
yourself.
second guess yourself, just do it.
You
Just
know what it
go.
is? You like people don't ask themselves, what do I really want?
Hmm. Yeah,
What's gonna
that's
make me
true.
happy?
That is
I
very
I
important.
I started asking, well, my therapist started asking me like when I was like 30, and I
Hmm.
had trouble answering because I was always wanted to please my dad.
Hmm. Hmm.
I didn't. So, okay, so you had a baby really young. He's the type of dad who's like, no boyfriend, no sex, like his
Hmm.
like, accent. And
Hmm.
so me and my sister were like very aware, like he didn't want us to be teen moms. And
Yeah,
so and my
yeah.
dad was, yeah, my dad is like a chismoso, okay? He would talk shit about people. And so being around that energy, it made
Yeah.
you like do that too.
Hmm. Yeah.
And after a while, I was like, it's not a good feel. It's like it's not my vibe. Like it's just
Yeah.
not. Like and
Mm-mm.
he would judge people like a pregnant lady like maybe selling cell phones or whatever, and
Hmm.
then he would say something. I was like who are you? Like you're not special either. Like
Are you
like
living your best life?
no. No, it's about single parent, raising with single parents. This is like because we're getting into it.
Yeah. Okay. So single parents. Tell
And
me your experience.
oh my God. Okay. My mom died in 1990, breast
Hmm.
cancer. Moved. My dad was really young when he got married. My mom was 7 years
Hmm.
old. Okay.
Hmm.
So my dad was technically 24, 25. They got married in the Philippines. My mom was like 32.
Hmm.
So his older sister's friends with my mom, and that's how my dad and her met. And they
Oh,
met
okay.
through my mom converted back to our religion
Hmm.
because she was previously Catholic. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'll just say that.
Okay.
And so I don't know why anyway, I don't know why they got married. Like, I don't know if what it was. Maybe it's the faith thing. But anyway,
Hmm.
he died in 1990. They were married for 7 years.
Man, y'all were little.
Yeah. What else? Okay, we were in church. And so my dad, like, not even a year later, like 9 months later, he started dating women in the church. And I'm just like, you don't know what's going
Mm.
on. Like, you don't know. I spent a lot of time with my uncle and his wife, the one that I mentioned
Hmm.
earlier.
Yeah.
I'm so because she had space,
Hmm.
and I we spent a lot of time with my mom's brother with my cousin at
Hmm.
their house at the time.
Hmm.
We were like jumping, me and my sister like jumping around.
Hmm. Yeah.
So my dad always told us to not say anything about anything, like whatever he's doing.
Mm.
We didn't know at the time, but it was just like, be quiet, don't say, because he's
Hmm.
like, and it was a mess. It was a hot mess for us because we would go somewhere and meet someone, a lady, like in a
Hmm.
store or somewhere, and so that's how I don't know how he would meet these people, but I guess word got around. I don't know. And so it would be like that,
Hmm.
right? When I was 10, he was dating like a younger girl from church, she was 24 at the time.
Hmm.
And my dad was also dating my stepmom early on in their early years. So he was like kind
Hmm.
of juggling. And
Hmm.
I'm like, this is so stressful, even for a kid.
Hmm.
Like, and at one point we were living at my aunt's house. And at one point they both were there and we had to hide somebody. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like,
Wild.
it's too
This
much.
is
And
wild. Yeah.
anyway, he had his own little, so that he settled with my stepmom for a while.
Hmm.
And that was like, it didn't start great because he didn't tell us what was going on. He didn't be
Hmm.
like, parents always think that their kids are dumb in a
Hmm.
way.
Hmm.
Like, oh, they're not going to understand. I'll just drag them along and I'll just live my life and they'll just, you know what I mean? Like, there's no
Hmm.
explanation. We don't deserve an explanation because we're
Mm.
young.
Okay.
And I don't agree with that. But anyway, that's what happened. And so my dad, so she's like immaculately clean because she was a nanny and this and that, and with like, doctors and basketball players and whatnot.
Hmm.
And me and my sister were just like casual, like we weren't like
Hmm.
messy,
Yeah.
but never had like a woman figure ever since our
Right.
mom. And my mom wasn't, since we were so young, my mom didn't tell us what to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we don't remember that.
Right.
So, and me and my sister were like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is she fucking yelling all the time? Like, who does she, she's not our mom. Like, I don't understand. We were like, we hate her. Like, you know what I mean? Like when we were younger.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And so after a while, we had like our own routine of like cleaning because she wanted
Hmm.
like everything. Like, she didn't want to leave it, like, she didn't live with us for like the longest time. That's another whole story. Anyway, so she would have a garage opener. She would come and we would hear her and we would like scramble and make sure everything's like clean because she didn't really want to leave one dish in the sink or like it was just wild. It was stressful
Hmm.
and 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 so that seeped into like our teenage years.
Hmm.
And my dad would never like speak up when she would yell to
Hmm.
us. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I was like, damn, you're not even gonna fight for us? Like, you're not even gonna like
Hmm.
out like what? You know?
Hmm.
And I'm just like, dude, this is fucking lame, dude. Like, lame. And so that relationship fizzled out after like 11 years.
Hmm.
And I'm just I'm just giving you the short version.
Yeah.
So when my dad was single again, at the time we had Yahoo Messenger. Do you remember
Yes.
that? And
Hmm.
AOL.
Hmm. You got mail.
Um, he was like, I think he was scared to be alone.
You could have been.
I think a lot of men are
Mm.
when because women we tend to like go out on our own, like by ourselves after we've broken up or have a separation of some kind. We're like okay, right? But men
Hmm.
usually need a woman, and so he got on that Yahoo Messenger real quick, girl. And a year later, I found out he was going to China. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Like, okay, this is what you want to do. You're a grown
Hmm.
ass man. Me and my sister are like in our 20s in college. I was like, okay, do you? And
So
so he
he's in
went,
China now?
no, this was
Oh,
back then. So this was
okay.
like, how, so I'm 40 now.
You don't look
This
40.
was like, this was like in my 20s,
You
early
look like
20s.
your 20s. You look 20s.
Anyway, because I remember I started working at Supercuts. That was like my
Okay.
first job.
Okay.
Okay, so this was like early 2000s, mid 2000s or something like that.
Oh, and life is so good.
Was it? Yeah, or
Fun.
like
I should say fun.
2000s, right? It was in the
Hmm.
2000s. It's gonna age me. It's all good. All good. Okay, so he's gonna go to China, meet the parents, meet the girl,
Hmm.
and eventually she comes here. Okay,
Hmm.
and like doesn't know anything about
Like, this is so
anything.
hot.
So, but anyway, that long story short, because we only got an hour,
Hmm.
they were technically married for 5 years. So
Okay.
she was like a nurse in China, and eventually, at the time in California, you could study and get your license to be a nurse if you were a nurse
Yeah.
somewhere else. I think that was one of the laws, but now I think you have to take classes before you can take the test to,
Okay.
and laws changed. And so she eventually became a nurse and works somewhere in middle of California at a prison as a nurse. So now she's making money. Because
Out
you
of
make more
prison.
money out of prison when you're like a nurse or something.
Hmm.
Like you make good money.
I'm brave. That's a brave woman. I don't think I could work at the.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
don't know. Let me
Well,
not
my
say
dad
that.
gave her the space. My dad gave her the space to study and wait because they knew they were going to separate. And
Hmm.
so I would say that was nice of him to do.
Like, makes him a decent person.
Yeah, like wait to get her stuff together.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so after that, my dad has been like on a dating spree in our early 20s again. Okay. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. He needs somebody to validate him. Dad has low self-esteem, I will say that. And I was the type of child that would, because of that, because of his low self-esteem,
Hmm.
I would be the one trying to encourage him
Hmm.
to lift him up. And
Hmm.
and that's not healthy for a child to do.
It's not.
It's a form of abuse, I guess, because there's so many forms of it, but it's like a I don't know about manipulation, but it's like you know how people like do the flight or freeze type of thing. So
Mm.
my dad would always put himself down and I would be the one to like be the parent.
Or
And
like
so
passive aggressive.
yeah, and so that's kind of a form of it. I didn't
Hmm.
realize at the time because I was a kid and he's my dad, right? And I don't know
Hmm.
anything else outside of him.
Hmm.
So always the same mentality. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's so depressing. And so my sister and my dad are very similar.
Hmm.
So, for example, we would go to church at the time, and it's a more formal wear. You have to wear like
Hmm.
a nice shirt and like a nice skirt or
Hmm.
dress, right? And
Yeah.
so every time we would go before, my room was in the middle, and my dad was in the back, my sister's in the front room, and I was in the middle. Every time, like, Felicia, does this look okay? Felicia, does this look okay? I gotta go haul ass down the hall. And I'm like, you find like what? You're just gonna wear this type? Like, it's just so crazy, right? All the time, all the time. I'm always like the middle. I'm always like the
Yeah.
maternity.
The care. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, how about me? Who's gonna like tell me I look good? No, they're not gonna tell me.
No, it's on you.
So
It's almost like you're the middle child.
I
taking
feel like
care
I'm
of
the
like
only
your,
child
yeah.
at some point. But with them, they don't want it. My sister doesn't want me to tell her that she's like my dad.
Mm. Nobody wants to hear that like their mom or dad. No, I don't
But
care who it is,
I
even
did
if
tell
it's
her
good.
because I was pissed. I was like, "You're just like dad." Did it anyway. What is she gonna do? She's 4'11". I'm 5'7".
Are you
You know,
older?
I'm younger.
Oh,
That's
you're
the thing.
younger. You're not the big little sister.
I am the big little sister. I'm the mature one
You're,
too.
oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's wild. It's so wild. Okay, what happened? So yeah, that was that. And so I moved. So eventually, when I'm 24, I moved to Los Angeles by myself because I ended up going to like this makeup school where they do like makeup effects and stuff, but I didn't
Yeah,
do anything
cool.
with it. I think it was just my vehicle to get out.
Hmm.
No, I'll say this. I worked at a makeup counter for like 6 months
Hmm.
and then I quit. It was just wasn't for me. I thought I was gonna do that, but I just, yeah, that's a whole nother industry.
Hmm.
Anyway, I still worked at, I went back to work at the salon at Supercuts over there.
Hmm.
And then I went and got my master's degree at a school 45 minutes out of LA. So I
Hmm.
did that. I was trying to like better myself. It was physically exhausting, but I was like emotionally free. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Yes. Yes.
I could like find myself. I could
Hmm.
discover myself. I could live on my own. I could really see the world, what it's like to be on my own.
Hmm.
Because at the first year my dad was helping me financially and then I didn't need his help.
Hmm.
I had to hustle. But it was, I think I needed, that changed me the most. That
Yeah.
really, yeah, that was like the beginning of like my journey, I would say just leaving home, like
Hmm.
beginning of like finding myself. So eventually, because of like signs and like how the world works,
Hmm.
5 years later, I went back home because I planned to move back home already.
Yeah.
And then I found out my grandfather had just died, my mother's father.
Hmm.
And so moved back home just in time to go to the funeral.
Hmm.
So that was that. And I went back to working in hair for a while.
Hmm.
And well, that's another story. And so my dad was, okay, I was living with my dad, working, right? Trying to like figure my stuff out because I was home. But you know, when you move back home, like everybody's still the same and you're so different. That
Hmm.
that stuff is
That's
life changing.
powerful.
It's
Hmm.
so like, oh my God, like really like I feel such like a different person.
Hmm.
And people, my sister's the same, my dad's the same. And I'm like, this is
Uh,
so toxic. This is bad.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
bad. And I'm
Hmm.
like, so it made me question myself again.
Hmm.
And so I ended up signing up for more school. That's a different story. And so I did that or tried to do
Hmm.
that. And that didn't work out. And and then there was like a summer where I went and visited my cousin in Miami. She was living there.
Nice.
I was already 32.
Okay.
This was 2017, okay? Almost 10 years
Hmm.
later, 10
Okay.
years ago. 2017.
Hmm.
And my dad drops me off at the hospital. I mean hospital, airport. Hello.
You going to the hospital?
So early in the morning, it's 8:21 in the morning, California, while we were recording this, and I'm on one.
Middle of sleep?
On one. Anyway, he drops me off, he hugs me, okay? And he
Hmm.
whispers, find a boyfriend, okay? I was like, my dad never says anything like that, okay? A single father to two girls. He was like, no boyfriend, no sex. My whole life. And you're
Hmm.
gonna tell me to find a boyfriend? I was like,
Maybe.
no, I knew there was something. I know my dad, he's a liar. So
Uh-oh.
I know
Uh-oh.
when like women, we can read between the lines. We can know
Oh,
something's
all the
up,
time.
right?
Without knowing.
I took it for a grain of salt, and I know I'm 32, of course I want to find someone, right?
Right.
But I was single for 3 years because I was lied to in a previous relationship.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
worked
that does something.
for another.
We'll do a relationship one another day.
Yeah, because I'm talking about my dad right now. Okay,
Yeah.
dad. So he hugs me and I'm like, I go, right? And I go and visited my cousin. We have like an okay time. I meet, I see, because it's her and her man living there. And so
Yeah.
I visited and it was cool. It was fun. It was nice to see her. I've never been to Miami. So I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
okay.
Still in it. Yeah. What
And
about the
okay,
humidity?
and I tell her what my dad said, right?
Yeah.
My dad said that. And she was like, I was like, and we're like talking about it, making fun about it. And she go, okay, girl, get on like, I don't know what app it was.
Get on
I'm like,
MySpace. No, I'm just kidding. That's
oh,
all I
that
can
was
think of.
cool. Oh my God, MySpace is a whole
MySpace.
nother.
What? That's best.
And okay, so she kind of like we kind of play around with the app, the dating apps, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, this is so she kind of encourages me, but nothing happened with that
Hmm.
particular app.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of encouraging me like to get on,
Hmm.
And
Just explore.
yeah. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is what I don't like. I hate dating. Honestly, I hate dating.
Hmm.
And so, okay, so I come home, I get back, and I'm like, okay, so my mindset about dating,
Yeah.
uh,
Let me hear that.
okay, so well, so anyway, my dad, said that, and I knew he wanted to get rid of me, basically,
Oh,
because
okay.
he's
Got you.
dating another lady, and
Like find a boyfriend so you can move out?
because I'm old enough, right? He would never, of
Okay.
course, my dad would never tell me this, but
That's what the underlying tone was.
I know the
Yeah.
energy. I know my dad, right? He
Hmm.
won't tell me, but I know.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, all right, I get you. I understand, but you know, let me do it my way, is what I was
Hmm.
thinking.
Hmm.
Let me do it my way. Let me take my time. Let me figure my stuff out.
Hmm.
So yeah. So anyway, I got home. I get on Bumble.
Okay.
I get on Bumble, and that's how I meet my husband. And
Oh, cool.
there's a backstory. I used to work at the hair salon, right?
Hmm.
2 years prior to that, he would come
Hmm.
in that area and would come and get his haircut.
Did you cut his hair?
Yeah, we all did. All the girls did.
Oh, okay, okay. So it was like a certain girl, but
No, he didn't. He
okay.
wasn't like that. Usually people do that, but not him. And
He's like, I just need a haircut. Clean me up. Clean me up.
I didn't tell him this. I told him like this a month later that I was cutting his hair, but he didn't, not this. So I'll put that over here. But when I would cut his hair,
Yeah.
I would always be like nonchalant, like serious, but like polite, right? But my heart would always beat really, really fast.
Oh, okay. I like this.
Yeah. I ignored it because I was like, why does it do that, right? I'm just cutting his
Hmm.
hair. Why does it do that? Like I
Hmm.
said earlier, your body's like a subconscious, so I don't know.
Hmm.
And so I didn't tell him that part, but I told him that I used to cut his hair. And so where was I going with this? Yeah, that was the backstory. So 2 years later, we meet up and like and he looked a little bit different now. But I knew that was him because I never forget a face. Like that's just
Hmm.
me. I may forget like your name, but I know you and I see your face.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then eventually that jogged his memory of like how I was. I was like, you remember me? I used to like cut your hair.
Yeah.
Um, and that's the long story short of how he and I met. Go ahead.
That's cool. Okay. So my mom was a single mom, but not like all the time single because like her and my dad were together and then her and my dad weren't together. And then there was other dudes against the mix. And like my mom was just, she would, I would say this, she had three of us, first of all. There was three of us. And dude, we fought like cats and dogs. Like she said there was times she'd come home from work and she'd sit in the car because she could hear us inside fighting and she didn't want to go inside and deal with us. Like, and when I'm saying we're fighting, like me and my older brother, like we fist fought, fist
Um,
fought. Okay. Like this dude got like he like we like went. I hated this is why I played ball. So I could stay gone all the time. Once I could start playing ball, that was it. I was gone.
yep.
And yeah. And my mom's like, she's tired. She's working like 2 and 3 jobs sometimes. And this is why my grandparents and my Aunt Hannah and Aunt Melissa were always so prevalent in my life, because they knew she was at work and they knew we were at home and we were fighting. So they would come get me, my little brother, or they come get me, or they come get my little brother, and just kind of alleviate some of it, because they were her support system. And thank God that she had a support system of people who loved her and would help her out with her kids. Also, I was the babysitter of everybody's kids. Like I'm like 7, 8, 9, babysitting everybody's kids in diapers. Like it was, when I think back, it's like it trained me so much for all the things, to just like be able to multitask and handle. And this is like, I'm the middle child also, right? So I have an older brother and a younger brother. And actually I have like an older sister and brother from over there that I don't know. And then I actually just met my older sister, and like our whole family like is just a chaos, so much chaos. And I think the chaos is what made me be like, yeah, I'm not going to be like this. When I grow up, things are going to be different, right? So I got to learn all the things. I mean, when I say it was bad, there was like one year, I'm in junior high, I come home and like the cops have kicked in the door and like raiding the house. I can't even go in my mom's apartment because it's getting raided.
Oh my
And so
goodness.
it was, but it wasn't my mom. It was like stuff that my brother and his friends were doing while mom's going at work. And I'm like, and
Oh
I'm
my
over here like
goodness.
so oblivious to everything. Like, how can someone be so emotionally and spiritually intelligent, yet you had no clue? There was one year, one year,
Who had no
this,
clue?
I didn't, I had no clue
Oh,
that my brother was doing all the things that he was doing. Like, I was oblivious to what our brother was doing. Seriously. He was like doing, think of the 1990s, remember all the gangster rap and everyone would be a gangster selling drugs, and think that line. Think that line. Like I couldn't wait to get married so my last name could change, because he unratcheted my last name to the point that one time I got pulled over because I was speeding, and they're like, "Oh, your last name is this," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Is so and so your brother?" Can't lie. We
you
looked so much.
brother?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the cops knew who he was, and they're like, "Oh, is so and so your brother?" And I mean, if I say no,
You're
that's just
lying.
more reason. Yeah, that's more reason, because we look alike. Like
Oh,
me and
okay.
my mom and my brother and my little brother, they used to say, "Oh, there comes my mom's name," and then like, "Oh, there comes her with her look-alike kids," because we all look alike. Like
Mhm.
we can't deny one another.
My
Like
kids don't
there's
look.
so because of that, I couldn't wait to change my last name. It was so bad. Like even in school, when I would have any teacher that he had, girl, the like,
No.
oh, that's your brother. You're gonna have to sit by my desk, and then they would realize that we're nothing alike, and they're like, "Oh my god, like how are y'all so different?"
Isn't that funny? Where they like think you're exactly the same based on
Uh huh.
name?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So the cop that pulled me over and asked me, so and so is my brother. I just looked at him. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Get out of the car," and they searched my car, like I was doing something wrong.
Wow.
I was doing something wrong. I was speeding, but I still have a problem speeding. Like it's a problem for me. I'm a
Isn't that
habitual speeder. That's my problem.
that's
So
crazy?
yeah, so that's all of that crazy. But having a single mom who's like trying to maintain, like you got
Mhm.
one wilding out, getting in trouble. You got one who's like, I'm like, good grades, star student, like, and then mom's like, how come at school you could do so good and you come home and you're so bad? You know,
Because
I, yeah, exactly, right. Because at school they praise me and they love me and they, the teachers think I'm so good, and
you
I come
do
home and
well
you're
because of all that.
yeah, and I come home and he's being crazy and he's being crazy. My little brother never did chores. Like there's this one time. I mean, we had a great childhood, even though we were like, it was chaos.
Boys need to do chores, okay? Boys need to
Yes,
do chores.
yes. So me and my big brother, my little brother didn't want to do chores. So me and my big brother had to do all the chores until he decided he wasn't doing chores. So then I was the only one doing chores. But me and my big brother got into a fight. We were fist fighting, and then he ran to the bathroom and he smashed my finger in the door and he wouldn't open it. So I had to pull my finger out and I got mad. And the long steak knives, and he was laughing on the other side of the door. The long steak knives, I got it, and I was trying to stab him in the foot. So he smashed my finger. I mean, we were crazy. Like it was wild. And when I think back to like this bonded us though, like we're like this. Because if anybody else ever talked shit or was giving us a hard time, mm-mm. Like there's nobody. can cross that line. It didn't matter who it was. If I heard someone talking crazy about my brother, I would lose my mind. If he heard people talking crazy about me, he would lose his mind. Also, I was never allowed to, the boys, no, girl.
Was what?
And I was not allowed to talk to boys, have
Oh,
boyfriends, and
because
nothing,
you had
nothing.
brothers. You had brothers, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Especially,
You
and
know
then
what?
so it was like my brother, right? My oldest brother. And then like, let me see, Casey and Sean and Jared. And there was another one. There was like five of them. It's like I had five brothers because my brother and his friends.
They're like protective over you.
Oh my God. But it was
Yeah,
okay for them to be messing around with my little friends and like doing stuff. And I'm like,
but not you.
no, 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 not me. The one
Yeah.
boy that wanted to talk to me when I was in high school, they beat him up 3 times before they let him talk to me. Like they jumped him. My mom came home and they were actively beating him up. And mom was like, hey, 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 get off me, stop, stop, stop. Like broke up the fight. And she was like, what in the hell is happening? And he was like, he keeps coming over here to talk to her. She's like, well, maybe just let him talk to her then. And brother's like, what? No, that's my sister.
Yeah, it's
I
like
can't.
this double standard thing.
Yeah, that's my sister. No. And so finally they did that. After all that, he let me talk to him. And that was my first boyfriend. That was a disaster too. So, I mean, he was trying to save me from all the crazy. And I will say this, he was a great protector, but he wasn't my dad. And I used to tell him that, you're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. Like, I should have been like, yes, okay, brother, I'll listen, like a good sister. But we just fought all the time. And we had, even, it's crazy because like in 1 minute we're fighting and the next minute we're like best friends. So it's just real crazy. He used to make me feel, I dumbed myself down in high school because my brother used to make fun of me and he'd call me like a schoolgirl. Oh, you're a little schoolgirl. And it it made me feel bad. And I just wanted to fit in so badly because even though I had my aunts and stuff, everybody wants to have friends in school. I didn't really have friends in school. And then the one person that I did make friends with, it was like, why did I make, not, I shouldn't say it like that. I shouldn't say it like that. I shouldn't say it like that. What- I'm I'm her friend. She still calls me when she needs something, but we hung out together before I moved to Atlanta. And, I had a gift card. I took her to dinner. And I don't know. It was different because at this point I was still an executive admin. I hadn't taken the remote job that I have. And I have an Audi, right? That was my first Audi. I have a new
Yeah,
one because I got in an
yeah.
accident. But so I have an Audi. I'm an executive admin. I work downtown.
Hmm.
Um, we've been friends for all these years, but this is what she said to me. I can't believe that you're an executive admin. Bitch, what? What does that mean? Like, what do you mean you can't believe that I'm an executive admin? Like, you didn't think I was gonna be successful? Like, bro,
What
that's
is
that's like I I never I just laughed at her and was like, oh my God, Cody, it's not nice. And then she was like, look at you, it's your heels and all your clothes and all your stuff and your fancy car. Like, what? You're supposed to be my childhood friend. Huh?
being a crab?
Oh, God, not the crabs. Yes. Yes. Now, mind you, this is after I've taken her to dinner and I had a gift card. Somebody gave me a gift card for helping them
Yeah,
out watching after
you
their
didn't
house.
pay for
Yeah, I didn't.
it.
Yeah, it wasn't even I mean, it was my money, but I didn't really pay for it. So I took her dinner. I said, where do you want to go? And she was
Yeah,
like, I don't know. I was like, well, I got a gift card to this place. And she's like, yeah, let's go. Okay, cool. So I paid for it. And then like in that town, Texas Roadhouse, like, oh, it's fancy.
oh, I
But
love Texas Roadhouse.
it's good. It is, but it's not True Lux.
Yeah, it's not like luxury, like, but it's good
Exactly.
food.
Right. So think of like this. The town I grew up in, it's not very big. It's small. It's a town, literally. But we all went to school together. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows everything about everybody about everything. And I run into this little boy that I went to junior high with. And he was just like an encounter that I really wish I could have skipped out on. But another crab, right? Like he was like So his wife stops me when I come from the bathroom. I'm coming from the bathroom to Texas Roadhouse. She stops, she's like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I'm like, "No." She's like,
God.
"Oh, we went to school together." No, we didn't go to school together. His wife or his baby mama or his girl, whatever, she didn't run in our clique. She was not part of the clique, not ever. Maybe when they went to high school, but not when we were all clicked up. So she's like, "You don't remember me?" And then she mentions her best friend who was my childhood neighbor and was technically my friend for a long time. And I'm like, I looked at her and I said, "I don't know you, but I definitely know him." And I looked at him and she was like, "Oh, so and so's been my best friend." I said, "No, she was my best friend, but you can have her." Yeah, cool. And then she says she's a nurse, right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm an executive admin. I'm working on my second career. Um, so let me just give you a rundown real quick. So I got a brand new Audi. I'm getting ready to move to Atlanta. I have a motorcycle. I have an R1. I'm happily divorced. My daughter just got a scholarship and has gone to college. Like, what did y'all do?" I don't even know why I went that far. There was no reason other than that particular situation made me feel so small that I felt like I had to defend myself with all the things I had accomplished. What is
Can
so out of
I
character for me?
I don't I don't like when people come up and say, "Do you remember me?" I
Yeah.
That's just a weird, just people don't know how to like speak, you know? Like, "Hey, I'm so and so, like my husband is this and this." Like, I don't know if you
Mhm.
remember like y-
Us.
us, but
Yeah.
it's nice to see you. Like, not be like, "Oh, do you remember me?" Right after you get out of the bathroom. Like, what?
So this is what I was thinking. They must have saw me go to the bathroom, had a little pep talk, and when I came back, they stopped me.
Yes.
And
What
I'm going to
for?
say this:
For?
I have no idea. I don't know. I celebrated so big that I felt because I was happy with where I was. And then when I got back to the table with Cody, she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." One, I was sick, even though Cody didn't feel good. I mean, even though I didn't feel good and she needed support, I was like, "Bring it on, I'll support you." So I'm in sweatpants. Again, it's a Roadhouse. I could care less. I could care less if
Right.
anybody in this town
Yeah.
sees me when I look not my best. As a matter of fact, I don't look. This is the best. This is as good as it gets.
This
I
is
don't
my
really try to
best.
do too much. Yeah, this is my best. I don't have time for all that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can, if it's an event, yes, right?
Of
Wedding, I know how to, right. But on a regular basis, this is what you get. And so I have like some sweatpants on and legit this sweater.
Yeah.
Like, I, I was not like, so, anyways, that happened. And that's when I realized like moving to Atlanta is going to be the best thing I could do. And I moved. But a lot of all these things that I'm talking led from having a single mom that showed me just just always do your best. Don't care what other people think. Her, my mother, my Aunt Melissa, my Aunt Haley, they all tell me the same thing. Doesn't give a shit about what nobody's talking about. Do whatever's gonna make you happy. And it took me, it's funny because as much as they said that, I spent the majority of my life trying to please my Aunt Haley, my Aunt Melissa, and my mother and my grandmother, like to live up to the standard that they had set for me, which was success is the only option. No, failure is not an option. When I ended up getting a divorce and I was sad, and it was like, you need to figure out what you need to be happy and do that. And be so happy that people are mad. I'm like, she's like, seriously, when you finally get to a place that you're so happy, it makes people mad, then you know you're truly happy because you don't care that they're mad.
It's just similar to like being successful. Successful.
Yeah.
People will hate on you because you're doing something with your life.
And so hopefully by September, no, not hopefully, in September, we'll have to do a whole segment of how we met our husbands because by September, I'll have a husband, an actual husband. And you know, like the little backstory, but that's not it. This is better. This is gonna be even better. I haven't got to tell you all of it, and I really just appreciate that you are my confidant. I tell you so much that I don't tell other people. Like, and thanks for listening to me complain yesterday. I was like really like not in a happy space, but
I was
it's all
complaining too.
good,
I was complaining too, girl. I was
girl.
one.
It, there's just so much going on, and I'm like, all right, you know how we were in class a couple of Sundays ago, and and our coach was talking about you are going to be aware, but you can't be upset that people are not aware. Like, this is just going to be a thing. You're supposed to be a light to everybody else. What I have noticed is, although I am very like happy and bright and everything else, the people who are down, they just want to suck the energy right out of you. And I'm like, no, look, hey, whoa, watch out. This is my container
Know what they're
of.
called? You know what they're called? Energy vampires.
I was gonna say that. Yes. And I sometimes feel bad because I want to be supportive, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't deal with this. I don't have the capacity to lift you up every day. I need you to get your
Yeah.
own.
So we can be discerned now about who we
Hmm.
give our support to, because that's why it's important to watch people and observe and see
Oh yeah.
how they walk first and see how they move into the world, and if it's
Hmm.
worth giving your support to.
Oh man. So I like to, that's very true because I just told my daughter, don't
Mhm.
say, remember, no is a valid answer. You can say no to anybody. Like,
Mhm.
no, no, thank you. Like, even if it's like, you want to go to dinner? No, thanks. And I've really been practicing like not giving an explanation as to why I'm saying no thanks. No thanks in this story. But I've always explained myself to people because my family always need an explanation why why I would say no or why I wasn't doing something.
That's a learned behavior.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm working on not explaining myself. So I was telling my daughter that.
Oh,
Remember,
is that why you were saying you need to practice brevity? Was that why? Okay,
yes,
okay, okay.
yes, because I want to explain myself to people, and unless you're like someone who's close to me and like is really with me on things, I don't think you need an explanation. So when I was in Atlanta and I finished that one section that we both did, the APX thing that we did, the person who went down into the basement and was doing the work, and the person that came out of the basement that was finished with the work, my cousins could definitely see the difference. And she was saying something about a particular situation and being in contact with someone. And I sit there, I said, that is not for me to worry about. My job, if I have any job in this, is to pray. And my thing is, if they want to contact me, like they have my number. If they want me to know something, they'll call and tell me or send me a text and let me know. If they're not contacting me, obviously they don't feel that I need to be involved in what they got going on. And so I'll just pray for them because that's what I do. I'll pray for other people. I don't have to, I don't need the details. That's your life. That's your circus to run. I got my own. I got my own circus of things, you know? And if you want my support, I'm happy to support you, but I'm not supporting bad decisions anymore. Like that was your that's one thing that I really would like for people to remember. You always have a choice, right? Like when you're getting ready to make a decision, like maybe just step back and think about it and think about the two outcomes. There's always going to be two outcomes. The outcome if you do and the outcome if you don't. And which outcome do you want? That's all there is. It's all about a choice.
Life is based on choices and decisions, and so that's really what makes life.
Yeah, but nobody wants to acknowledge that. Like we're in a place where people are like, oh, but it wasn't my fault. How? How is it not your fault? You had a choice and you made a decision. And maybe, at the time that was the best decision and it
But
didn't serve you the way you wanted it to. And that's
yeah,
okay. No, accountability is unheard of these days.
it's always somebody else's fault.
You know what?
My fault.
My favorite is when people like to tell the story and make other people the villain. And I'm like, what did you do though? Because if someone says, oh, I don't like her, and you come and tell me, oh, so and so said, I'm like, oh, yeah, really? Okay, cool. But did they tell you why? Do you want to know why? Not that I
Yeah,
owe you an
there's a
explanation, but do you
reason
want to
why.
know why? Because I'm going to tell you why. And if I'm going to tell it, if I'm the one telling it, I'm going to tell you everything I did because I'm going to be accountable for what I did. For sure, for sure.
Yeah, there's always reasons why behind something.
Yeah.
Um, People don't say the why, they just say the
Hmm.
what.
Mm. Yeah. That's like, what? How do I say this? That's like when you go into a room and it's so loud and you're just watching. watching everybody, right? For me, I want to see. Let me see what's happening. I'm gonna watch because my grandmother and my grandfather used to tell me all the time, sit back and watch. People will show you. Don't listen to what they tell you. They're gonna show you. And so I have a tendency to show up in a room wherever I'm invited to, and I'll watch and just see what's happening around me. And if you speak to me, I'll be polite and I'll speak back. But if I don't know you, I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, let's conversate. If your energy is not matching mine, I'm hush that mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's a lesson learned that I learned in school, though, because you know how you were saying, like, your dad was very chismoso. Uh, I had people that I was like that with. And I quickly learned that one, my mom used to always tell me, like, these girls are not your friends. These are not your friends. They're not your friends. They'll talk about you. They're gonna, if they're talking about somebody else, the moment you leave, they're gonna talk about you. And which is good advice, right? But when you're in high school, you're like, that's not true. That's not true. These are my friends. They're not gonna do me like that. No. Yes, they will. And so I had to learn that the hard way, right? So my mom and my aunts became my best friends because, and I love them. They talk shit about me too because I was fucking up. And I should have been because I knew better. But they also let me live my life and deal with the choices, the consequence of the outcome. And I have to say, in some of the situations that they stepped into, and like my Aunt Haley, like, you're going to do this, like, thank God, because phew, where would I be if they didn't, you know? And then at the same time, there's been times where they didn't come to save me, and I'm like, that was a bad choice. I shouldn't have did that. I should have took a step back and I should have thought more about the consequences, and I didn't. Like, so that's why I also learned, like, just don't say, like, so in the thing that we're working on to get where we want to go, people in my family don't know. I didn't tell
Yeah.
nobody because I didn't want to hear.
They don't
I didn't
have
want
to
to hear
know.
what they thought. Mm-mm. I'm gonna let the evidence. I'm gonna let the evidence speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look so pretty today. Girl, yes. Like, you are naturally very beautiful. Like, when I see myself, when I see myself, when we do these, I'm looking at you. I'm like, she has her eyebrows are like nice and her
No,
skin's so
girl.
clear.
Like I got no eyebrows. See,
No,
I
you
don't
can
wear
see them. Mine are just
my
dark.
mine are light. That's why.
Well, but they look nice. Like, you can see them. Like they're naturally arched and stuff. This
That's
one
so
over
sweet.
here has a scar where when I was real young, I would go to
Yeah, nice
the nail shop
eyebrows.
and they would,
Nice
oh,
spot.
thanks. Yeah, well, you should have seen it when I was younger. They were very, very thin. Surprised they ever grew back out.
Oh my
But
god.
this one right here, the lady, I have a scar. The wax was a little bit too hot, and she had blue on it to like cool it off, but it ripped my skin right off. And now the hair
Mm-mm,
don't want to grow there.
mm-mm.
So, so I used to fill my eyebrows, but again, like, this is good as it gets. Maybe lipstick. That's it. I'm just.
Yeah, since having kids, I was like, I used to be like, well, the first one it was hard because you get the postpartum body.
Mm-hmm,
And oh my God, this is weird. I'm like having like a experience here.
mm-hmm.
And then yeah, that was different. That just changed everything. But then like I got busy and eventually I just had to deal with myself because I have no time to do that, right? Put makeup on or like do my hair. And
Mm-hmm.
after a while, I'm like, you know what? I'll just focus on skincare. I don't really need makeup. Like I'm just good. This is me. My
Mm-hmm.
husband thinks my husband married me for, several reasons. So he thinks
Mm-hmm.
this okay. So that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah, yeah. My husband loves the way I look.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
yeah. He's not my husband, but he doesn't know. I'm just saying, like, what is that? The mindset? Yeah, my husband loves the way I look. So I just say my husband says, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's gonna
exactly.
love everything about me.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great provider.
Yeah.
Look at me just manifesting. live
Mhm.
in action.
Mhm.
So, okay, how many days to Italy?
Girl,
I'm about to
May
tell
is
you.
you going May?
I got a countdown. Yeah, I got a countdown.
40 days?
I think it's 40. Don't let me lie. Hold on. Because I have a countdown on my phone. I ask Google and every day I refresh it so I can say how many days till I go to get on the plane to go to Venice. Can't wait. I'm so excited. I can barely stand myself.
I'm excited for you.
Where's it at? Is it this one? 46. 46
40.
days. Had jump on the plane. 46 days. And then we're this much closer
Where are you gonna
to
stay?
about
In Italy.
where am I going to stay?
Mhm.
I
You're
like to
like,
fly
you'll
by the
figure
sea.
it out. You'll stay at a villa. Like, where's the
I'm
next rent a room or
going
something?
to stay at my husband's house.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to stay at my husband's house.
Did you watch that movie?
No, I have not had time. I've been doing so much schoolwork and everything else. I'm going to. I'm probably going to watch it on the plane
Probably on the
before I get
plane.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a nice long flight. Here, I'm
yeah.
stay at my husband's house.
You got your passport and everything.
Yeah, I got my passport. I got my passport back in 2018, 19, 2019.
Really roommate, I think.
So I got my passport. I just want to travel and live abroad. Like I'm ready to sell everything except for like a few things that are very important to me. Like I have this antique. They said it was a dresser or a chest, but it's not. It's a and it was built in like the 1840s. So there's no nails in it. It's like all notched and put together. It's dope. I paid $1,100 for it, and it's like one of the things that I'll never get rid of. I won't get rid of that. I won't get rid of. There's like things that are sentimental, like I have things that belong to my Aunt Melissa that I would never get rid of. I'll just like refinish them. Yeah, yeah, but everything else has got to go. Got to go. I have a shoe problem. I love shoes. I have a box, like one of those big totes, has 36 pairs of shoes that don't have boxes. And that's just those shoes. That's not including like I have J's that are still in the boxes. I have a pair of red bottoms. I have this girl. And I was like, what am I do with all these shoes? Like, I'm gonna have to go through my shoes and be like, do you wear these? Because I'm attached to some of them.
Yeah,
Some of them
yeah, yeah. I get it. It's all good.
yeah. But I'm gonna sell everything. I'm gonna sell everything. I gotta figure out how much it's gonna cost to ship my bike. It's like this summer is gonna be popping. Because like I'm going to Italy. I'm leaving gonna leave my corporate job. I'm
You have
gonna
internet so we can do this.
oh yeah, no, I will. I will. So I have two phones, right? This one and the other phone. I'm about to upgrade my phone plan so that way I can have more data so that I can instead of and then I'm gonna shut the I have wireless, but I'm gonna shut that off so cut my bill down. And they're gonna take that and they're gonna add more hotspot. So I have two hotspots all the time. So as long as I got power, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
yeah, yes, I want to do a show when I'm in Venice. Like um I will I don't care if I have to be up early or late, whatever it takes, we'll do one while I'm there.
Yeah,
I'll like find a cafe to hang out at.
that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
You show me like, hey, this is it.
Like, look at this. I was making some videos while I'm there so I can shoot them over
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
hmm
Okay. So
Yeah.
this was fun.
Yeah. This is like, I like that we just did anything today instead of like having a topic and we just like ran. That's
Did
nice.
I stop? Should we say something?
Uh, okay. Yeah, we can end with this. For our site, for our page, was it our channel. I want to thank the 9 subscribers that we gained in our first week and all the people who watched our views and the people that commented on our stuff and, gave us some feedback and their thoughts. Like, we just appreciate all of that. And
Yeah.
we're just being like our normal selves here and discussing things that we find that are important. We're currently working on making a list so that we can have like subjects to actually talk about because grief, I think, that came up because of the loss of my aunt. And a couple weeks before that, Felicia and I were talking, and she had expressed how she had been feeling frustrated with her situation, losing her mom. So I felt like it was very relevant to speak about.
And I'm glad that now we're talking to you guys out there. Um, I'm glad it's out and you guys are, it's very relatable. Like our story is not unique. So we're not special in any way. I know it happens to a lot of us, and a lot of us are living our lives, and we just want to feel like we're not alone. And this is one of the reasons why we are sharing our stories and our perspectives and all that, so that you know that you're not alone and there's other people going through similar situations. So I'm just so happy that um, it's resonating with you all, and you guys are supportive of our new endeavor here, and you guys are a part of the journey, whether you think you are or not. You guys are, because we do read your comments, and when we get a chance, we comment back and show you our support. And so we appreciate you, like the OGs, for jumping on and
Yeah.
jumping on us. So yeah, more to come from us because we got a lot to say. So, and a lot to share. So
There's plenty of
well,
topics. Hey, if there's any topics y'all want us to talk about that we haven't addressed, by all means, comment and we will add it to the list. And
yeah.
maybe what we should do, and once we have our list, like put it in a thing and like draw it out at the end of every show and find out what we're going to talk about.
Or we can do like a little poll, like the top five
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Do
Top
that.
5 subjects. Yeah.
So I'll try to post stuff on the community board on YouTube because there's a post board there, and we'll just see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
We're very active on this channel. We always check it, so we see you guys. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we're gonna try to drop episodes on Mondays,
Mm-hmm.
every Monday. So that is our goal. So be on the lookout. We're both really busy, but we're doing this. So
Yeah, this
yeah,
is our thing. This is our baby. Like we're the parents of our little show. And
yeah.
I want to say this because I need y'all to all know this. I did zero research. I just said, "Hey, I want to do this podcast." And Felicia, she's done everything. I'll tell you what I did. I said I wanted to do a podcast, and then she said, "Oh, okay, cool." And then we said yes to it together. And then I tried to help write descriptions, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm too wordy, and I'll give her my thoughts, and then I let her run with it because that's her creative side, and she's a content creator, so she knows what to do. So I'm real flexible. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. I have no clue what I'm doing.
No, you just give me the thing, and I'm like, okay, I'll expand it. So that's how it
Okay,
is.
so we collaborate pretty much on everything.
Pretty much.
And
So
when y'all comment on our things, we take turns commenting back. If I see them and I feel like they're a Felicia answer, I'll be like, hey, do you want to answer this? And I'm always up way earlier than her because I'm in Texas right now.
yeah.
But I'm about to have to go home to Atlanta, and then I'm gonna move abroad somewhere. I don't know
Yeah, it'll
where.
be
Actually, I do.
yeah.
But I'll tell y'all when it's time. It's not time for y'all to
Yeah.
know yet. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you
All right. Thank
for
y'all. Have a good day.
I'll see you in our next one.
Yeah, for
We gotta
sure.
come up with like things.
Like an ending?
Yeah. But we'll figure it
Okay.
out. We'll figure it out. We're doing this live. We don't know what we're doing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll
Well,
come up with a cool phrase.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Our tagline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you guys next
All right.
time.
Bye guys.